Good evening, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's mission is to figure out what's different between Top Gun pilots and graduate students. For your safety, please ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened because this is going to be a really fast flight. Now, over the summer, I found myself watching Top Gun Maverick on the big screen, a lot like this, and I couldn't help but think, wow, graduate students are just as cool as Top Gun pilots. That wasn't a joke. Anyways, Top Gun pilots and grad students have a ton in common. We both sit in chairs, we both have call signs like Maverick, Goose, Gigi Pavur et al., and graduate students, we too can have a sequel 36 years later as a tenure professor. A key milestone in every pilot's training is their solo flight. This is the first time that a pilot flies the plane entirely by themselves without anyone else on board. Now, graduate research can feel a lot like a solo flight at times. Sure, we've spent years training to get to this point, and we've mapped out our flight plan with our advisors and mentors, but actually navigating between the waypoints of our research, well, a lot of that responsibility falls right on the graduate students, just like the pilots. Now, when the wheels on a solo flight touch down, everyone breathes a sigh of relief. The pilot will be asked one really important question. Did you do anything dumb, different, or dangerous? In the world of aviation, you want to avoid the dumb, different, and dangerous at all costs. This is a way to ensure safety and reliability in the air. And if you can master it, this avoiding the dumb, different, and dangerous, you can do crazy maneuvers and formation flights like this. Or this. Now, if a pilot does end up doing something that's dumb, different, or dangerous, it can lead to really bad consequences like mistakes and accidents and even the loss of life. Okay, imagine this. In the next 48 hours, you're flying home from AGU and you just can't help but think about my Ignite talk as your plane takes off into the sunset. All of a sudden, your pilot comes on the intercom and they say, "Hello, folks. Today I woke up feeling a little dumb. I think we're going to try something different. Our new destination takes us right on the highway to the danger zone." Pretty scary, right? Well, grad school is pretty scary too. I do dumb and dangerous stuff all the time. If you don't believe me, let me tell you an example. Just last week, I dangerously tested how much time you actually need to make an AGU poster. So grad students, just like pilots, have learned that we should avoid the dumb like it's a runway surrounded by fire, and the dangerous like it's a runway actively on fire. But what about the different? See, unlike pilots, researchers and grad students have learned that the different is really important for us. The different is where we define our novel contributions and where we steadily advance the frontiers of scientific knowledge. Sure, we may flirt with the boundaries of dumb or dangerous, but our goal is always to land just on the other side, in the different zone. So what if you're stuck in the dumb and dangerous and just can't seem to find what's different? Here are some tips. So first, double check that you aren't a pilot. That way you're actually allowed to be different. Second, I'm going to ask that you think like a pilot and understand every nuance of your aircraft like it's your research, or your research like it's your aircraft. A 14-ton hunk of metal hurling through the atmosphere at speeds of Mach 1.6, and you're strapped to it, so you really want to understand where you're going. And third, maybe it's time to circle back and see if something that you passed by a few miles ago because you assumed it was dumb or dangerous, maybe from this new perspective, it's actually different. Now, if none of these things work, it's time to reorient ourselves and pull out our GPSs. Except for this time, let's do it a little bit differently. I want you to invite different people along for your flight and new passengers from different races, genders, cultures, experiences, all of the above, because inherently they'll see things differently. And because of that, they may spot what's different long before you do. So I hope that I've convinced you that pilots and graduate students have a ton in common, but there is one really, really big thing that makes us different. It looks like we've been cleared to land. So my parting wish to you all is blue skies and tailwinds, and that you can soar above the dumb and the dangerous and touch down on what's different. Thank you.